they're both strong, you know.
Have your choice. They're both good. They're both good pushers. Logano decides to take the inside and get down in front of Elliott Sadler.
And also, as you pointed out, still learning as we go. He's gathering information, and he's going to find out exactly whether he wants to be on the bottom or the top. But you see him get out there like that, and he's hoping that he can get some help from behind, but he didn't, so he moved up and had a good start and blocked the top.
Well, we saw that last night in the truck race with Johnny Sauter.
Two is clear. Watch where it slip down. Start easing down. Start easing down. Still with you. You and him are both clear. He's off of you now. He's off of you.
That's Tad Boyd, the spotter for Joey Logano, helping walk him through the traffic here on the restart.
And these guys do just what you Cup drivers do. They go in front of the line that's getting the momentum. Logano is in front now. He's good there. But you watch, if that outside line makes a charge, he won't be shy about popping up there in front of Blake Cook, who's coming on from the third spot.
The only hard part about these cars is you've driven them too, but I feel like these cars get connected easier, and I feel like they come at you faster than a Cup car. And I feel like you can't slow them down quite as much with a block and disturbing the air like you can the Cup cars. So it'll be interesting to see how aggressive that blocking is based upon how fast the car is coming in the other line. Jamie, Joey Logano is leading, but he is working hard on track.
He really is. You know, he has a different crew chief this year, but that's not slowing him. Yesterday, when he got out of this car in practice, he said, I feel like Dale Earnhardt Jr. I can put this car anywhere I want. It has so much speed. He also told me he planned on leading this race start to finish. He isn't sure all the guys around him, so he wants to be sure and stay up front.
And you mentioned that new crew chief. It's Brian Wilson, who's an engineer with Brad Keselowski on the 2 when they won the Sprint Cup Championship. He brings some great credentials over to the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And one of those drivers that came down pit road on that first cycle, the 88 of Chase Elliott, Matt.
Now, Adam, he said that the car really pushed when he wanted it to, so it was a good pusher. He had mentioned everyone was really overall pretty aggressive that first run. His car, he was very pleased. Now, they took 0 tires, just fuel. It just really opens up a lot of options for them for later on.
But he's working his way back, already knocking on the door of the top 10, despite the fact he made that pit stop into Bobby Labonte, and they're out of shape on the back straightaway. That's Jeff Burton in the 43 sliding through the grass. Second caution of the afternoon, and Bobby Labonte also gets turned around. And that was just a chain effect. You could see those cars start to check up there, and as it got 4 or 5 cars further back, you know, they started spinning out just from the, you know, the force of the car. So, yeah, I'd like to see how that started for sure.
You talked about the bump draft would go wrong?
Yeah.
That didn't take long.
It doesn't take much. Saw the 43, the 18, we identified them. Also saw the 48 of Brennan Poole running for Rookie of the Year out of the Chip Ganassi stables.
Another car to pit road, Kyle Larson in the 42. He has issues.
Brandon Jones had that grass on the grill.
Eric Jones with problems as well. He's got some damage on the 20 car. See the right rear torn up there.
Eric, the youngest champion in Camping World Truck Series history a year ago, comes into 2016 as the favorite to win the title, but early damage here. One of the at least 5 cars involved in our second incident of the afternoon. Yeah, and I didn't think there was quite this much damage. I saw the 18 car go up and hit somebody, but I didn't think there was that many cars with that much damage. But that 18 and 20 car torn up pretty good. Saw Brennan Poole exiting pit road. Didn't appear to have a lot of damage there on the 48. And you guys mentioned the fact that the 42 of Kyle Larson also came down pit road. He's a teammate to Poole, and it looks like the concentration there is over on that left front.
They took out some really fast cars. You can see the damage there.
But you know what this
Bobby
works back
Labonte
to?
machine. There's Eric Jones.
Jeb Burton now making his way down the pit lane.
He had a wild ride, huh, Adam? All through the infield grass.
You know what this makes me think of, though? Some of these big-name drivers being not knocked out of the race, but certainly facing challenges now. The door opening for an underdog to win and put themselves in the chase. It's what we've been talking about all weekend long. Pit stops coming here at lap 13. Let's go to Matt Yoakum.
Shane Wilson told Brendan Gaughan, if the car's in front of you pit, you hit pit road. They're going to do a slight adjustment and fuel only to the 62. Jamie.
Joey Logano said the balance is good. They made a chassis adjustment waiting on fuel. The one of Elliott Sadler, quick stop fuel as well, Chris.
Austin Dillon a little bit hot into his box. He slid through into the box in front of us. A little bit longer stop there. No tires, just fuel.
Joey Logano first off pit road in front of Ty Dillon. Our pole sitter picked up 3 positions. Elliott Sadler, Brendan Gaughan, and the 19 of Daniel Suarez, the top 5 off pit road. We reset the running order when we come back.
Who's that guy? Is that 88?
Yeah, Chase Elliott.
Yeah.
15 laps in for the NASCAR Xfinity Series here at Daytona, and already under caution for the second time.
You can see right here, that's Chase Elliott in the maroon car. He's going to get into the back of Bobby Labonte just ahead of him. But you see the gap here, Kevin. That gap is wider than what's ahead. They start backing up ahead, checking up.
Yeah, it starts up here with the 2 car. It looks like he's backing up trying to get a run so he can stack that lineup. And as it got 5 or 6 cars back and that gap closed that you were talking about, the rear ending started getting harder from the cars that had the biggest gap.
And you kids at home, that's why you're not supposed to tailgate.
That's right.
It doesn't work well. And these guys just had the gap close up on them. They couldn't see through the cars ahead of them. And you can see right there, bam, bam, bam.
Watch Chase Elliott. All of this happens. He drives through it. Had made a pit stop earlier, stays out here, and now the 88 is in the race lead.
Well, and that comes back to the strategy, you know, from the pit
I
stop.
tried to get stopped. I know the 18 came off my nose, but I mean, I felt like I was doing all I could do to get slowed down. Heck yeah, you didn't have a choice there. That was evasive to the best of your ability.
And that stuff just happens so fast. You can't see what's going on that far up, and all of a sudden the checkup gets worse and worse and worse, and it just winds up being somebody who has to take the brunt of the blow.
And it looked like the guy that took the biggest hit was one of our championship contenders, Eric Jones. He went into the outside wall hard. That car was damaged with the suspension, I think. Here, the 42, Kyle Larson, he's got some damage on that left front. But I don't think in the draft that car will ever know that, will it, Kevin?
I don't think so.